Changing verbs to nouns with
기,
an.
소스, howtostudykorean.com.
Below is a list of vocabularies to be used in this lesson. Nouns.
싸움,
A fight.
기쁨,
Happiness, gladness.
도움 equal help 걸음 equal step 죽음 equal death 느낌 equal.
A feeling.
행정, 어드미니스트레이션 구역.
Zone, area.
보행자, 피데스트리언 좌석, 시트 사전, 딕셔너리 언어, 랭귀지 국어.
The Korean language.
노동자 이퀄 레버러 음악가 이퀄 뮤지션 능력 이퀄 케이퍼빌러티즈 자료 이퀄 데이터 제품 이퀄 프라덕트스 사업 이퀄 비즈니스 감정 이퀄 이모션 살 이퀄.
Uncooked rice.
방송, 브로드캐스트 접시, 플레이트 역할, 롤 정보, 인포메이션 모양, 쉐이프 마을.
Village town.
합법, 리글 불법, 일리글 효과, 어펙트스 순간.
Moment, second. Verbs.
확대하다,
To expand, to enlarge.
검색하다,
To search for, to surf the internet.
훔치다,
To steal.
즐기다,
To enjoy oneself.
변하다,
To have changed.
붙이다,
To stick stamp label attach.
쳐다보다,
To stare.
모이다,
To gather, to congregate.
낳다,
To give birth.
넘다,
To cross over, to climb over.
주차하다,
To park a car.
보호하다,
To protect.
표현하다,
To express. Passive verbs.
붙다,
To be stuck. Adverbs and other words.
현대,
Modern times.
직접, 더렉틀리 스스로.
For oneself by oneself. Introduction. In the past few lessons, you have learned a lot about adding.
는,
Or.
는,
For past tense and.
을,
For future tense. To verb stems to turn them into descriptive words that can describe nouns. One more time. For example.
밥을 먹다,
To eat rice.
밥을 먹는 사람.
The person who eats rice.
빨리 가다,
To go fast.
내가 빨리 가는 곳.
The place I am going to fast. A lot of times, the noun following the descriptive verb is
것,
which allows an entire sentence to be turned into a noun.
나는 사과를 가져온다.
I bring apples is a sentence.
내가 사과를 가져오는 것.
Is the same sentence as above, but in noun form. This noun can now be placed in other sentences just like other nouns.
나의 여자친구는 내가 사과를 가져오는 것을 원했다.
My girlfriend wanted me to bring apples, so that's what you already know. What you don't know is that in addition to the
는 것,
principle, there are other ways that you can modify verbs to change them into nouns. We will look at this today. Changing verbs to nouns.
기,
Adding
기,
to the stem of a verb changes that verb into a noun. The noun can technically be used like any other noun.
가다,
To go.
가기,
The noun form of to go.
읽다,
To read.
읽기,
The noun form of to read.
먹다,
To eat.
먹기.
The noun form of to eat. So, the million-dollar question is, what is the difference between
는 것,
and?
기 물음표,
Well, first, notice exactly what
는 것,
is adding
는,
to a verb stem allows you to describe nouns.
것, 사람, 음식.
etc. Adding
기,
to a verb stem does not allow you to describe anything. It just turns verbs into nouns. But, turning verbs into nouns is one of the functions of.
는 것,
Remember, there are two main functions of.
는 것, 1.
To change verbs into things that can describe nouns.
밥을 먹고 있는 사람.
The person who is eating rice. 2. To change a clause into a noun.
사과를 가져오는 것.
The noun form of to bring apples bringing apples, adding,
기,
is essentially the same as the second function described above. That is, you can use
기,
to turn a clause into a noun, but you cannot use
기.
to describe nouns. So this
내가 사과를 가져오는 것.
and
내가 사과를 가져오기.
essentially have the same meaning, being the noun form of to bring apples, which means you can use
기,
in sentences like
나의 여자친구는 내가 사과를 가져오기를 원해.
My girlfriend wants me to bring apples. Technically you can't say it that way, but I very rarely hear verbs turned into nouns using
기.
in that way. If you ask a Korean person, they will say that sentence sounds fine, but somebody like me who analyzes grammar will notice that it is not used as much as.
나의 여자친구는 내가 사과를 가져오는 것을 원해.
However, there are certain cases where using
기.
is more natural than using.
는 것.
In later lessons, you will see
기.
used in various grammatical principles. For example, tilde.
기 때문에 레슨 38기도 하고 레슨 51기 바라다 레슨 61기로 하다 레슨 87.
Before you see
기.
being applied in those grammatical principles, I would like to introduce some simple, practical uses of
기.
that you can use right away. Full stop, tilde.
기 시작하다.
When one starts an action, you can attach
기.
to the verb that starts to occur followed by.
시작하다.
For example,
가다.
to go,
가기 시작하다.
to start to go,
먹다.
to eat,
먹기 시작하다.
to start to eat. These types of constructions can then be placed in sentences. For example,
나는 밥을 벌써 먹기 시작했어.
I already started to eat.
다음 달에 한국어를 배우기 시작할 거야.
I will start learning Korean next month.
어제부터 사람들이 거기서 모이기 시작했어요.
People started gathering there from yesterday.
쌀을 물에 넣은 후에 쌀의 색깔이 변하기 시작했어요.
After I put the rice in the water, the color of the rice started to change.
이상한 행동을 한 다음에 사람들이 저를 쳐다보기 시작했어요.
After I did that, people started staring at me. When you want to say that you stop something, it is more common to use the
는 것.
form.
다음 달에 한국어를 배우기 시작할 거야.
I will start learning Korean next month.
다음 달에 한국어를 배우는 것을 그만할 거야.
I will stop learning Korean next month. Tilde.
기 싫다.
It is also very common to put verbs before
기 싫다.
to indicate that you don't want to do something. Literally, this translates to I don't like.
밥을 먹기 싫어.
I don't want to eat.
가기 싫어.
I don't want to go.
쌀을 씻기 싫어요.
I don't want to wash the rice. It is possible to use this with the word
좋다.
the opposite of.
싫다.
However, it is not that common in Korean. Instead, it sounds more natural to use
고 싶다.
actual words. There are also a handful of words where it is common to use the
기.
form as an actual word. For example, if you are going for a run, I could use the word
달리기. 저는 달리기를 할 거예요.
I will go for a run. The word for skipping, jump rope skipping, is the word
줄.
rope, combined with the word
넘다.
going over, with.
기. 저는 줄 넘기를 못해요.
I'm bad at skipping. When writing a language test, there will often be many sections. For example, there might be a writing section, a reading section and a listening section. Writing equals.
쓰기 리딩 이퀄 읽기 리스닝 이퀄 듣기.
Here's an example of these actually being used in a sentence. Person 1.
시험은 어땠어? 퍼슨 2. 쓰기랑 듣기는 너무 어려웠어. 하지만 읽기는 너무 쉬웠어.
Person 1. How was the exam? Person 2. The writing and listening parts were really hard, but the reading part was really easy. Making lists. When making a list of things that you are going to do, it is also common to end the phrase by using
기.
this. Essentially makes the entire phrase a noun, which is similar to what we do in English. For example, if I made a to-do list, I could write
커피를 만들기.
make coffee,
책상을 정리하기.
organize my desk,
방 청소하기.
clean my room,
쌀을 사기.
buy rice,
인터넷에 자료를 검색하기.
look for data on the internet. Another example, if I made a list of goals for myself for the year, I could write
매일매일을 즐기기.
enjoy every day,
집 청소를 매일 하기.
clean the house every day,
숙제를 매일 하기.
do my homework every day.
감정을 표현하기.
Show my emotions.
책을 매일 읽기.
Read books every day.
운동을 등록하기.
Register at a gym. To exercise. Buttons on a computer. If you wanted to zoom in on a picture, you would press the zoom button. In Korean, the verb zoom is.
확대하다.
On Korean computers, they usually don't put verbs on buttons on the screen. Instead they put the noun form of the verb, for.
하다.
Verbs. The noun form is easy to find. The noun form of
확대하다.
is
확대.
simple. But, what is the noun form of?
보다.
To see. What about?
열다.
To open. If you wanted to see something on a Korean screen, or click on the view button at the top of every screen, you would have to press.
보기.
If you wanted to open something, you could press the
열기.
button. Want to close something? Press.
닫기.
Want to search? You might see a
찾기.
button or
검색.
which is the noun form of.
검색하다.
Also meaning search find. Want to send an email? You would have to press.
보내기.
There are a lot of applications for.
기.
They just might not seem apparent at the moment. As you learn more and more Korean grammar, you will see that there will be more applications where you can use.
기.
In later lessons, you will see.
기.
Paired up with other grammatical principles. Up to now, the applications you should be aware of are 1. Turning any verb into a noun.
사과를 가져오기. 달리기 2.
Put before.
시작하다. 먹기 시작했다 3.
Put before.
싫다. 먹기 싫어 4.
Making lists.
살을 사기 5.
On buttons.
보내기.
Before we go any further, let's look at another way you can turn verbs or even adjectives into nouns. Changing verbs adjectives to nouns.
어딘
To verbs or adjectives to turn them into noun.
미음.
Get added to stems ending in a vowel, and gets added after stems that end in a consonant. This form can be used to change entire sentences into noun forms, just like with
는 것. 나는 내가 먹고 있는 것을 알았어.
I knew you were eating.
나는 내가 먹고 있기를 알았어.
Sounds wrong to a Korean person, but would look correct to a foreign learner of Korean.
나는 내가 먹고 있음을 알았어.
I knew you were eating. Like I said earlier, you can use to turn entire sentences into nouns, but this is rarely done in speech. It is done much more commonly in books, poems. For whatever reason, the main usage of is to turn single words, verbs or adjectives, into nouns, and not full sentences. Some of these you may have already come across.
싸우다.
To fight.
싸움.
A fight.
꾸다.
To dream.
꿈.
A dream.
아프다.
To be sore sick.
아픔. 페인 기쁘다.
To be happy glad.
기쁨.
Happiness gladness.
돕다.
To help.
도움. 헬프 죽다.
To die.
죽음 이퀄 데스 걷다 이퀄.
To walk.
걸음.
A step.
느끼다.
To feel.
느낌.
A feeling. Adding. To verbs adjectives is usually done to words that don't end in.
하다.
The reason for this is because there is already a very simple way to make a
하다.
verb adjective a noun, by removing the
하다.
from the rest of the word.
설명하다.
To explain.
설명.
An explanation. These noun form words can then be added to sentences as usual.
나는 형이랑 싸움에서 이겼어.
I won in a fight with my brother.
나는 아빠의 죽음을 잊지 않았어.
I didn't forget the death of my father. In lesson 23, you learned about the word
그렇담
is commonly added to this word when somebody asks a question and you just say of course. This is basically the same as saying yes, but it would be more like yes, it is like that. For example,
운동을 매일 해요.
do you exercise every day?
그럼요.
Yes, it is like that.
차를 스스로 주차했어요.
Did you park the car by yourself?
그럼요.
Yes, it is like that. Notice that you can add
요.
to make the response formal. In informal situations, this can be removed. This is one of the usages of
그럼,
actually has other usages, but these are actually a contraction of a grammatical principle that you have learned yet, so I will not introduce you to these here. For more info, please visit howtostudykorean.com.